cut my finger, surgery, like the very next day. 6 months of therapy, getting just handed pain pills, bottle after bottle, and eventually just kind of got more and more dependent on it. Once the doctor quit giving them to me, I was buying them off the street.
I guess you could tell that he was addicted and other people knew. So he was going to be getting drug tested. Well, he entered into this last chance program, like a rehab for like the weekend to save his job. And then when he got back, he ended up failing a drug test anyways. So I guess that's when I was like, well, this is serious.
During addiction, I mean, that wasn't a thing, taking the kids to the ballpark or coaching baseball. It was more me chasing the high than anything.
He wasn't showing up, and yeah, he would spend our money on drugs and we wouldn't be able to pay our bills. It was like a roller coaster all the time. So Father's Day weekend 2018, Matt had overdosed that Friday before that Father's Day that Sunday.
Thought I got a Percocet, ended up taking it. The only thing I really remember after taking it was waking up in the back of the squad with the sheriff.
He was supposed to come home and spend time with the kids before we went our separate ways, and he just didn't show up, and that was typical of him back then. He just wouldn't come home.
5 o'clock, I was supposed to be in Tiffany's place to spend time with the kids. Nothing out of the ordinary. Of course, Matt wasn't there, didn't show up, didn't call, didn't text.
It was scary to think that my kids almost lost their dad and on Father's Day weekend.
I remember promising that I opened my eyes that I was going to change, going to do better, and it lasted a few days, right back to the same old Matt.
He would show up drunk and stuff and begging me to take him back. But after a while, it was kind of like he was just doing his own thing and he didn't really care anymore. So I think at that point, I was just done and I didn't care anymore either.
Eventually one day, I was just like, I think it's time that I went to rehab.
I didn't even know about the Refuge or anything. And when he told me he was going to go to a rehab, I just thought it was another one of his things. It was really cold that weekend. And he said, if you let me stay with you that weekend, I'll go Monday, I promise.
It was different. I guess I didn't expect to walk in, see guys from so many different lifestyles. Like day one, different age ranges, guys younger than me, guys twice my age. And in the back of my head, I didn't see it working. Never would have dreamed it. Honestly, I'd have to say probably my first family day. They was the first ones at family day. And Tiffany hadn't even pulled into a parking spot, and the back door of the park flung open. And Gage just starts running over towards me. He
was jumping out of the car before we parked. When he saw his dad, he was super excited to see him.
Seeing how happy they were was probably the best. It pushed me forward. So.
When he would start coming home on home visits, he was spending all kinds of time with the kids, and he was cooking and helping them around the house, things like he's never ever done. So I guess seeing that, and he would pray with us for food and stuff, and he's never done that. So, and then going to church, sometimes he would go if we were sick, he would still go. So things like that was a big sign that he changed.
I still get up, go to work every day, still no desire to go out and get high. Still stay active in the church, talk to a lot of the guys from the Refuge.
It's actually crazy to see the change in him from what he was before, and just how different he is and how much better he is. And when he got out, he said he wanted to help coach. And at first I was like, I don't know if he's going to be reliable, but yeah, he helps coach for Gage's teams. And then, he's helped with Taylor's softball team before.
Playing coach's pitch, just getting to see the kids grow throughout the season was definitely rewarding in itself. Just the trust that comes from the kids, to trust that I wouldn't try to teach them something wrong or teach them anything the wrong way, which prior to the Refuge, I wasn't trying to teach them much anything.
I think because the Refuge healed them from the inside out, and showed them who God was and what God could do.
Being at the Refuge, it's not just going to some other rehab. Throughout the 13 months, you definitely change your everything. And I think the 13 months is definitely a way to change your, I say people, places, and things. And I think that's one of their biggest things. They don't ask you to really for much of anything except just to change everything that you were doing. You got to go there committed and want the change.